Why does your tricycle feel like it's pulling to one side? Stick around to find out. Hey everyone, I'm Dustin. I'm nearly 20 years experience in the bike and e-bike industry. Today we're going to answer the question, why does your tricycle feel like it's pulling to one side? Now, before we get into it, hit that subscribe button below. Stay in touch with us here at 630. Be the first to know about all the new content we're putting out, giveaways we're doing, and of course, new product releases. All right, we've got our simple step through fat tire e-trike here. If you want to check it out, it's linked in the description below. I'll also put a link in there to check out all of our tricycles, both regular and non-electric, if you want to see those. All right, so let's say you're thinking about getting a trike or an electric trike, or you just got one and you're struggling to learn to ride it, or you're wondering, gosh, why does it feel like it's pulling to one side? Well, you're not crazy. It does feel much different than a two-wheel bike, and there's a reason why you may feel it pulling. Now, with that said, some people get on trikes and unconsciously they drive it without thinking about it. But for many riders that have become trained on how to ride a two-wheel bike and are getting onto trikes for the first time, they feel like it's pulling them in a direction, and they get going and they don't know why they can't steer back. Well, there is a reason. Now, the reason for that is on most regular tricycles, there's no rear differential. Now, what does that mean? It means when you pedal, your trike is only supplying power or turning one of the wheels. So imagine on your car, if you only had one wheel spinning in the back, the car would just probably go in circles, right? The same is true on a tricycle in that when you're only powering one of the wheels, there's going to be a tendency for the trike to go in the direction of the wheel that is getting the power from the pedals to, right? So now in this case, okay, so you can see here, I can turn the pedals with one pedal up, right? Now, this one does have a differential, so when I put this other wheel down, it will actually disperse the power. So, this is why it feels different to you when you get on. Now, like I said, we have a differential here, so when you actually are riding and both wheels are down, it is supplying power to both of these rear wheels. Now, we have both, we offer both, because a rear differential is obviously going to increase the price. Now, on an electric tricycle, not as big of a deal if you're somebody shopping already, you know, for an electric tricycle over $1,000, maybe adding the rear differential isn't a big deal. But on regular trikes, if you're talking about adding another $100 and $250 potentially to that tricycle, it becomes a large expense that many riders just don't want to add on. Now, with that said, as you get used to it, your body will subconsciously realize that you just have to do a little counter steering. Now, it's nothing crazy. It's not like you have to be fighting it or anything. It's just that you have to turn the handlebars in the direction that you want your tricycle to go. You can't just let the handlebars go and it's gonna go. You can't ride no-handed on a tricycle like you could on a bike, right? Because on a bike, you've got two wheels, you're powering one, no-handed, it's gonna go straight. Take your hands off this, the handlebars are gonna have a tendency to pull in either direction. So I always tell people when they're riding a tricycle for the first time, you have to steer, right? You've got to keep those handlebars straight. Now, you don't have to balance, but you do have to steer. So that's important to remember. Now, again, if you're scared or fearful or you don't think you can pick that up, opting for a rear differential like we have on our simple step through fat tire e-trike is something you can do as well, which will make that transition from a two-wheel bike to an electric tricycle much more seamless and easy for you. Now, it's not going to necessarily fix everything from transitioning to a two-wheel bike to a trike. It's still going to feel different. It's still going to require a different way of balancing your body as you take turns and things like that. But the differential will definitely eliminate a lot of that pull that you feel on a trike that doesn't have a rear differential. Now, the other thing I want to say is if you are getting into it, or if you're watching this video right now and you just bought a trike and you're trying to ride and you're like, gosh, why can't I figure this out? Just know you are not alone. And if you don't believe me, check out a lot of the videos we have on our YouTube channel. It's a common thing that riders need to get used to, is the steering of a trike and understanding how one wheel only gets power and how you need to keep the wheel straight and steer in the direction that you want to go. So I hope that helps. And if you need other videos on how to ride a trike, we've got those on our YouTube channel as well. Feel free to check those out and watch. And if you have any other questions, please comment below or reach out to us, the team at sixthreezero.com, or call us 310-982-2877. And don't forget, this is linked in the description below, along with all of our trikes. I'll link down there as well, both electric and non-electric, that you can check out. We offer a 30-day test ride your trike or e-trike. If you don't love it in the first 30 days, send it back, no questions asked, no money out of your pocket. In addition to that, we're gonna warranty everything for up to 1 year. Anything goes wrong in the first year, we take care of it, parts and labor. And lastly, download our app to track your rides and compete on our leaderboard. It's not lastly, actually. I wanted to also tell you to join our Facebook group that has thousands of members. Join the group before you purchase so you can talk to other riders, get their trike experience to make sure you choose the right one for you. Then when you have yours, post in the group, make friends, then download our app, track your rides and compete on the leaderboard. It's a lot of fun. So thanks for sticking around, and don't forget, it's your journey, your experience. Enjoy the ride.